Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about Hidizs ST2 Pro, or it's sometimes referred as ST2 Nebula. It's a new product by Hidizs that coming to Kickstarter. If everything will go smoothly, this video will be out somewhere at the beginning of Kickstarter launch campaign, and you'll be able to grab these items for the early bird prices. And basically it's a digital cable with USB Type-C, cable for earphones of course, based on 9281 Sabre chip, and earphones, dynamic driver earphones. They can be purchased separately. I mean, you can get either cable or cable with earphones. And that's pretty interesting because actually cable and digital to analog converter with digital signal processor is the main part of this combo, and the earphones is just like additional item here. Prices will start from $40 for the early bird prices, and basically it's really interesting because Hidizs already proved that they can create really cost-efficient digital to analog converters and earphones, and now they combine their talents together in one single product. Let's have a closer look. Package of earphones is pretty simple, but at the same time looks nice. Good polygraphy with foiling, typical for Hidizs. You'll get all specifications on the back side. If you want to take a closer look, you can pause the video now. But let's see what we're getting inside of the box. And inside we're getting earpieces themselves. Let me push them out. Also nice storage pouch with clamp. Actually pretty convenient thing in regular usage. Cable, adapter from USB Type A to USB Type C if you want to use them with your laptop or PC with USB Type A, and 3 pair of tips. That's it. And also here is the separate cable. I've got MMCX version 2 for more advanced tests, and you can see it came in plastic box with just a cable inside. So let's have a look at the design. From one hand it's pretty simple, from another it's pretty nicely done. Face plates with coin-like plate with company's logo, and probably it's lighting. Not sure why it's here, but it looks nice. Anyway, and you can see the internals through the transparent dark gray shell. There are two versions, this one smoky and clear transparent shell. You can see driver inside, it's mounted close to the spout, wiring, so everything we've seen many times. Metal spout with good extension, with proper angle, and it provides average sound isolation. Shells fits nicely into ears. There is a lip for holding the tips and protective grill, so all these exterior parts are done nicely. Not something stellar, but from another hand it's on the typical level for this price range, so we've seen that many times before and probably we'll see it many times after. Cables are made replaceable. Here used 2-pin connectors without any recessed pins or elevated or something like that. Just classical flat 2-pin connection. Actually nice fitting, holding well. There is a ear hook formed, and you can see it even has microphone and talk control. And cable itself has fabric isolation. My version is two-colored with blue and black one, and usually this fabric insulation means that it will have microphonic noise, but thanks to the proper ear hooks and overall softness of the cable, microphonic noise here is pretty low. It goes to the splitter, and after splitter it goes just twisted to the USB Type-C connector with digital to analog converter and DSP. So Hidizs did a smart thing. They made this connector transparent so you can see everything they put inside. So one side and another side, you can clearly see that you're getting everything they promised component wise. And also they even printed MQA on this tiny USB Type-C digital to analog converter combined with cable. In general, pretty normal implementation for this price. I think everything is pretty nice. Here is a microphone test of this Nebula cable. First test is just microphone hanging on cable down, and I'm recording this part of the video without any gain correction or equalization, so it will give you an idea of microphone sound quality. Second test, I moved microphone closer to my mouth and I'm holding it a few centimeters away from my lips. So that's a way to improve the sound quality, and you can hear it now. And of course, let's talk about the sound. And first version of the sound is when we using cable with earphones. Probably it can be considered as a default option. And I'm using Hibee R1 as a transport. Actually, it's my current on-the-go setup. Pretty convenient, nice, and efficient. I still really enjoy this tiny player pretty much. So what we are getting here? We're getting here pretty mass market tuning with powerful bass and the accented treble to compensate it. We shaped signature with normal resolution without focus on the micro contrast and detalization, tuned towards more fun representation. Bass is accented, it has normal technicalities, not superb, but pretty normal. It goes deep, but deeper layers are lacking a bit of control, but in general they provide enough of rumble to build the foundation of the tune when it's necessary. Mids have good detalization and texture, and at the same time they have additional weight, so you're getting more presence, you're getting more body and more slam. Bass is pretty well controlled. Of course, it can shadow mids a little bit, but not too much, and it stays on its place in vast majority of situations. And actually, here is an example. It's Diablo Swing Orchestra, Gunpowder Chant. Interesting tune because here used didgeridoo or didgeridoo, still not sure about the correct pronunciation, and it requires nice performance of low frequencies. It's not super powerful, but requires good technicality, and actually these earphones deliver it pretty nicely with good layering and nuances. Mids are a bit recessed compared to bass and treble, but in vast majority of situations they stays pretty clean and audible. Probably except of cases when there is too many low frequencies in the tune. In general, staging is slightly above average in width and in depth, not too spacious, but pretty nicely built. Instruments are represented nicely, and these earphones have bump in the upper mids to give more clarity and presence. This sometimes can cause female vocals to sound a bit too forward and lack a bit of weight, but it's more about the records. With properly recorded tracks, it will sound pretty nicely and energetic. Instruments are rendered nicely, and I really like the amount of details it delivers. Not too much and not too few. It's not something audiophilic in terms of focus on small nuances. It's just more coherent and more musical representation. And example for the mid frequencies, it's Manowar, Master of the Wind. In my opinion, one of the best ballads created in the history of epic metal. Nice instrumental part, really good vocals, and despite of being really lyrical, it also has this sense of concealed power and epicness behind it. and it requires nice balanced representation, which actually these earphones deliver pretty well. To get the full representation of this ballad, probably it's better to use some earphones with bigger stage, but still they deliver enough of sense of space. And treble, it's accented to balance low frequencies. To my ears, it's not too much, but if you're sensitive to the treble, probably it can be a bit harsh for your ears from time to time. But in my average representation, they're not crossing the line and not even getting close. Treble has nice extension, maybe not maximum, but above average, and a bit slow attacks and decays, meaning that it's pretty typical dynamic treble, not too airy, not too sharp, but at the same time delivering nice basic overtones. Extended overtones are okay, but not stellar. But in general, with not super complicated music and not audiophilic recordings, it sounds pretty decent. And as an example, it's Marooned by Pink Floyd, version from 1994. I really like the atmosphere of this track. I like version that they presented on the Endless River. I like videos that they filmed in the Chernobyl zone, and I like this track. It has a lot of different effects, and these earphones maybe not perfect for this track, but for this price they played pretty well. Second version of the sound, actually it's these earphones with regular cable and connected to some player. In this case, actually you're getting more V-shaped signature, bigger bass, and slightly less forward treble, so they're shifting their representation towards more bass head sounding, and they losing a bit of clarity in the upper mids and the treble area. So probably I'd really recommend them to use with this DSP cable. And the cable itself, actually, it's the main star of the show, probably, and the earpieces are like more a bonus feature for it, because the cable itself, it's an interesting solution. It's comparable with some affordable digital tonal converters with some dongles. It delivers 70 milliwatts for 32 ohms load per channel and is capable of driving a lot of different earphones. It's adding a bit of dynamics on the mid frequencies thanks to this DSP. It's adding a bit of extra clarity compared to regular connection to some depth. And I really like this pairing, especially with single dynamic driver earphones that often benefit from such signature. So probably, of course, it's more sense in getting the full set, and you get these earpieces almost for free as a super early bird offer. But of course, cable is more interesting part here, and most likely I will be using this cable with different earphones, not with this ST2 only. So now let's see how this Kickstarter will go. I'm pretty confident that it will succeed, because it's a really cost-efficient solution for those who want to have a good sound quality on the go. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.